Madhyamik News Ray. Three questions, Leo Tolstoy. This story is taken from the chapter Class 12 English book. Here in this YouTube video, this story is given in short for you. Why? Because of if you don't remember this story in short, then how can you give the answer of the question which are asked in your exam? Right? So please remember it. There was a jar. Three questions came in his mind. Those were: what was the right time for every action? Second, who were the most necessary people? Third, what was the most important thing to do? He never wanted to fail in anything he might undertake. He wanted to know the answers. He proclaimed throughout his kingdom that he would give a great reward to anyone who would give the right answers. Learned men came. They gave the answers. In reply to the first question, some said that one must drop in advance a table of days, months, and years, and must live accordingly. Only thus, said they, could everything be done at its proper time. Others declare that one should always attend to all that was going on and then do what was most needful. Only thus, said they, could everything be done at its proper time. Others again said that one must have a council of wise men. Only thus, said they, could everything be done at its proper time. But then again others said, one must consult magician. Only thus, said they, could everything be done at its proper time. In reply to the second question, some said that the counselors were the most necessary people. Others declare that the priests were the most necessary people. Others again said that the doctors were the most necessary people. But then again others said the warriors were the most necessary people. We have said that is given here, that is missing. Okay, next. In reply to the third question, some said that the most important thing in the world was science. Others declare that the most important thing in the world was skill in warfare. Others again said that the most important thing in the world was religious worship. All the answers were different. The jar agreed with none of them. He gave the reward to none, but he was still wishing to find the right answers. So he decided to consult a hermit. The hermit was widely renowned for his wisdom. The hermit lived in a wood. He never quitted the wood. He received none but common folk. So the jar put on simple clothes. He dismounted from his horse. He left his bodyguard behind. He went on alone. The jar approached. The hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the jar and went on digging. The hermit was frail and weak. He breathed heavily. The jar went up to him and kept his three questions. The hermit is listened to the jar but answered nothing. He just spat on his hand and went on digging. The jar said, "You are tired. Let me work for you." "Thanks," said the hermit. He gave the spade to the jar. He sat down on the ground. The jar dug two beds. He repeated his questions. The hermit again gave no answer. The jar continued to dig. The sun began to sink behind the trees. They saw a bearded man come running out of the wood. The blood was flowing from his stomach. He reached the jar. He fell fainting on the ground feebly. They both unfastened the man's clothing. There was a large wound in his stomach. He washed and bandaged it with his handkerchief and with a towel of the hermit. That's in this way till there is completed, and I think you remember it. It is important for you. If you remember, then you can write answer as I told you before the video. As you wish, thanks for watching.